Hello, FlossTube. I'm Jules. Thanks for coming back. It's time for the weekly update. It is October, I want to say 10th, another Wednesday night video, so that I can have my Thursday mornings, my Thursdays more free. Hope you guys liked the video that I did a couple days ago on the 20 things to know about me. Got a lot of great comments and questions, mostly comments about that. It was awesome. Super awesome, very good. If you notice, I've got some crazy stories today to kind of pass along to you that I hope you guys find entertaining. I got so much cross stitch to show you too. I got stashed like crazy. I've got some old things that I've pulled out. I got some stuff to show you. I hope you love it. That's going to come on in just a little bit. But I got to address the elephant in the room. Well, the elephant being the jersey that I'm wearing. So, I live in Colorado, and I'm a hockey fan. But my number one team is the Blues, and then I like the Toronto Maple Leafs, and then my third team's the Avs. And the reason why they're not number one is because, not because they're bad. I don't mind a bad team. I'm a Bears fan. I've been a Bears fan since I was a little kid. And we've been a bad team for 20 years, or for the better part of 20 years. But the reason why I haven't been an Avs fan, I just haven't liked the way they played. I haven't really identified with any of the players. But a year ago, I was watching the draft for the NHL, and there was this kid that got drafted by the Avs, and his name is Tyson Jost. And he's a Canadian kid, young kid, like 19 or something like that, 18, 19, and he was raised by a single mother and his grandparents, and the family had to sacrifice so much in order for him to be able to play hockey, and he's got all this leadership, and he's just got all the spirit. And I'm just like, I really like this kid a lot. I really do. And then the Avs picked him in the first round. So I'm like, great. I can follow this kid, and I can, hopefully I'll jump in on, whenever he signs with the Avs. So he actually went to college last year at the University of North Dakota. But at the end of his college season, he signed with the Avs. And so the day he signed with the Avs, which was like, I think March or April, I think March of last year, it was the last 2 weeks of the regular season. And I flipped out. I went nuts. I'm like, oh my God, he's here. He's going to be here. And I was so excited because I feel like he's like, just such a great kid that I'm just going to be a big fan of his, even though I'm old enough to be his mother. And that's kind of a scary thought. So anyway, so I was so excited. So I hopped online and I'm like, how do I get a jersey of this guy? I'm like, if he signs with the Avs, I'm getting a jersey right away and I'm going to go see him in a game. And so I hopped online, and I came up, it wasn't the official NHL site, but it was another common site that I'd seen before with jerseys. And so I hopped on there, and they said, yep, Tyson Jost, number 72. And I'm like, 72? That's awesome. That's one of my favorite numbers. And so I went ahead and ordered the jersey. And a lot of times when I order jerseys, well, I shouldn't say a lot of the times, because I've only ordered like 5 jerseys in my life. And so, but most of my hockey jerseys are actually from China, just because they're cheap and they're reproductions. And most of the time they come back and they look good and everything is awesome. They're not like they're not like the kind that the players wear, but they're like the replica jerseys, so to speak. So they look good. They're just not $300. And so, anyway, so his jersey comes and I'm all excited. And then we go to the game. And actually, I got the jersey after we went to the game. We did go to the game, and it was a lot of fun, and he played well, and it was just really cool. And then I got the jersey, and the jersey was like, number 72, and I'm like, he's actually number 27. Like, who was dyslexic making this thing? Like, I figured when they made the jersey in China that they actually would have known that the number was supposed to be 27. So it was number 72. I'm like, oh, that's not good. So I contacted the seller and I said, hey, you misprinted the jersey. It's supposed to be 27, not 72. And they were like, oh, would you like a jersey with the number 27 of Tyson Jost? We can order one for you. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting my money back on that. And so I went ahead and kept it because I'm like, it was only $30. So it was cheap, super cheap to begin with. So this summer, I took it to an embroiderer, and there is this little old lady here in town that is quite good at what she does and doesn't charge nearly enough for what she does. And I still paid quite a bit. I paid a lot more than I paid for the jersey to get her just to switch the numbers. And she had to kind of go in, where's the number? So it's not perfect, but it's pretty dang good. And I was really proud. So the number 27 and it looked awesome, and I got the jersey back, and I put it on, I'm wearing it, it's awesome, and then I'm watching like the first As game the other night, and he's now wearing number 17. Boy's fickle. Boy needs to pick a number and stick with it. If I was his mother, that's what I would tell him. But anyway, I'm going to keep the jersey. I'm not getting a 17 jersey. I'm going to take my 27 jersey. And if I ever meet the guy, I'm going to be like, look at this. Look what I had to go through to get your jersey. Because it's got his name on the back. Oh, there we go. Oh, that hurt. But anyway, so that's enough for the story. But anyway, I couldn't believe he changed his number again. And so, but this jersey's also a little big on me, but it won't be in the middle of the winter when I got to wear like a sweater under it when I go to the game. All right. I got more stories, but I'm going to jump into cross stitch because otherwise it's going to be like 20 minutes of me talking about different stories and some people are going to be like, I'm out of here. So cross stitching this week. I ended up going to the LNS last week. I think it was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday afternoon. And because after I had the video last week about Nordic needle closing, and I got a lot of great comments on that, and I think I would agree with people that say that, you know, in the video, I talked about how the owners of the shop were saying that cross-stitching is dying out, and therefore, that's why they can't stay in business and whatnot, because they just don't have enough sales, and especially walk-in sales where they are in North Dakota. And, you know, there were some people that were very like, oh, no, it's not dying. I mean, you got to look at YouTube, you got to look at Instagram. And certainly there are needle shops that are thriving. And so, you know, I don't know if the people who bought it, when you buy a business, if you just don't understand how to run a business or understand the business that you're buying. You know, it's to buy an established cross-stitching business, I think you would have to work in it for quite a while to understand the economics of it. And then when you slide into it, look for the opportunities, but understand sort of the history and maybe not jump to conclusions about, like, it's not our fault, it's the public's fault that we're going under, you know, that kind of thing. So there was one person who saw my video who actually, the Nordic needle is their LNS, and I feel really bad for that person because to have a business like that that's been around for over 30 years, and that's your cross-stitching shop that you've been going to for forever, and suddenly it's not there, that would be really difficult. And, you know, I did not start going to a stitching shop here in Denver until I started, you know, I needed to get material for my Old World Map 2. Before that, I did everything online. I got my patterns. I'd go to Michael's for my fabric. I would do all that myself. And when I needed the 5-foot by 4-foot fabric for Old World Map 2, you know, you just can't buy that online. People just don't do that. So that's where I went in calling around and looking for someone who could do it. I found Christine at a stitching shop who said, I can do that for you. And I'll also say that if you don't live near an LNS and you need some fabric cut special for you, I'll put a link to a stitching shop underneath and you can contact them there and they can do all that for you. You know, I nowadays, if I need fabric cut and serged, I just have them do it because I know it's going to be done right, and they do a great job about it. So, but, you know, after thinking about the whole LNS situation and whatnot, I went ahead and went over, and dang it, if I didn't buy some more patterns. And I'm going to show you those at the end, but yeah, I couldn't help myself. You know, I went over and I was just looking at some different things, and I couldn't help myself buy a few things, but let's just go over the progress that I made this week. I got a lot done on certain projects and maybe a little bit less done on other projects. I'm going to show you, I'm going to start with my mama's project, Prayer St. Francis. Guys, I got a lot of progress done. Check this out. Bam. So I am getting closer and closer to getting this thing done. This is the end over here. And so you can see that it's maybe a third away from being done. And I got all these little motifs done and I've been working on those all over and super, super happy about it. But pretty much like this week, gosh darn it, I need to have like some sort of, you guys want to see my husband, maybe I'll have my husband start holding up the fabric so I can sit here and point to what I did. But here we go. So what I did this week was I basically finished filling in this, and then stop being so difficult. And then I finished like this line, and then I did that. I did some other things and whatnot. So I got a lot more done on it. But I'll be gosh darn serious about this. It's seriously, like, this is for whatever reason, like, really hard for me to work on. I don't know what it is about this particular piece of linen, but I make more mistakes on this piece than I make on all my others combined times 2. So, but anyway, getting closer. I gotta throw. I made such a mess in here working, getting everything ready that I'm just gonna throw it to the side when I'm done with it. All right, guys. God save the queen. Whew. Got some stuff done on this week, and I'm so excited to show you. Look at this. Look at how pretty she's turning out. And so, so this week, I got a lot more of her body done. I got her little legs down here. I finished the wings on one side, and I started working on the flowers all through here. So I love how it looks, like just developing it up and down. And I really don't have that much more to go. I think it only goes down to about here. I shouldn't say that. It's going to take me quite a while to get there. But anyway, I just want to show it to you. If the light looks weird, sorry guys, if the light looks weird, it's because I'm using a new light. And I'll show that to you at the end, but I've got a new light that I'm using. But anyway, it just looks so good. I love it. I love it. It's so pretty. All right, throw it away. Someone wanted to see my old Ronnie Rowe piece. I think that's the thing that you asked for. You know, I really ought to go back and look at my comments or write something down, like make notes for myself that when you guys ask me questions or want me to do something that I remember, because I don't remember. And I'm sorry. I'm going to show you the old Ronnie Rowe. Let's see. Music teacher's house. This is the one that's been done. And so I love this one. I know you guys, a lot of you guys seem to love this too. So that's that one. Throw it away. Ooh, don't throw it away. And then this one, I definitely got more done on this one this week. Let's hold this one up. Oh, it's so pretty. So yeah, so I got another couple rows done. The vertical one is over here. So that's coming along swimmingly. But yeah, so this is Market Square Tavern, Ronnie Rowe Designs. If you guys, literally, if you need to, if you want to look at this, I've linked it multiple times. I can link it down below again. But literally, it's just Ronnie Rowe Designs. And you can Google it and find it. Or it's just RonnieRoweDesigns.com, I believe. So, but so many great things on that site. There's not a lot of patterns on there. Because like I said, when I actually emailed Ronnie Rowe, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago or something like that, to ask him about something. And he got back to me and said, you know, I was asking about his future plans and stuff, and he got back to me and he said that he hasn't put new patterns on very often because he does a lot of specialty work for people. He does a lot of private commissions for people. And so that's why, you know, his catalog online has not expanded very much over the years. So, but these are there. Bum, 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 bum. Let's show you the Apothecary Shop. Got a little bit more done on it. And this fabric is just, it's just frustrating me. And people will be like, well, it's Ada. It's supposed to frustrate you, right? I mean, it's always so stiff and stuff. I feel like this pre-gridded stuff is even more, like, I don't know what they do to grit it, but it's even more like a pain to like work with. But I want to get it. I'm going to defeat it is what I'm going to do. But anyway, let me show you where I'm at. So, I got more filled in here. I got more filled in here and whatnot. And this is the bottom of the page. So, I mean, gosh, if I could just focus on it, I could get this page done this week. Let me pull it back because you guys can see that it's shingles on a storefront. And this is, I think this is glass, a reflection of snow or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, I didn't get as much done on that one because when I've been working on it, it's just been frustrating me because of the fabric being all scrunchy. All right, what else do I got? Oh, Rainy Waterloo Place. Come here, you. So a little bit more. See, so in contrast, Rainy Waterloo Place, on which I have done, you know, over a quarter of the pattern, this stuff is now, you know, soft as butter. And of course, it's also a 14 count well, that's 14 count, so it should feel good. But this stuff is super soft, so again, that stuff is just so, oh. Anyway, it's okay, no worries. I'll make it through. I'll survive somehow. All right, Rainy Waterloo Place. And bam. Sure. I'm definitely making progress. I'm not completely down to the edge. I think it's like here is where the bottom of the page is. Sorry guys, here where the bottom of the page is. So, but I'm almost all the way down there, and just making my way across. But it's coming out. It's coming out nicely. But I'm definitely I'm gonna finish this page, and then there'll be one more page, and then you'll be able to see the dimensions of the project, and then I'll probably come back up and start working on it. But it's coming along swimmingly as I throw that away. I should have been more organized. But I have stories to tell you why I'm not more organized in just a minute here. But last project that I've been working on. No, I'm sorry. I lied. I apologize. Football piece. And I did not prepare said football piece, so it's still in the hoop. So let me take it out of the hoop here. I got a lot of progress done. This is the one I did the stitch along on this on Sunday. So I got to work on that while talking to you guys on Sunday. So let me throw this to the side. I'll clean up. All right, so let me show you this. Oops, here we go. There we go. Awesome. Ooh, I'm looking at it through the thing. So I got a lot more done, obviously, up here. So I got the S and the A and most of the T done. This is the pilgrim hat up here. So that's the first part of the person that's actually going to show up. But you can actually see sort of the pilgrim coming up there. So it's just starting to go. I'm going to do the little face here soon, and then that's really going to be freaky when you see that. But so yeah, so it's coming along nicely. I still really enjoy doing this. But I didn't really do I did a little bit more, but I didn't do too much more after the stitch along the other day. So, all right, you go away. Then I got Old World Map 2. And I think that's the only thing in this bag. All right. I didn't take this out of the hoop either. Usually I take everything out of the hoop so that you guys, so that the video is a little bit more efficient. Efficiency is not my forte today. Forte day. I got a little bit more done. I'm going to first show you what I got done. Sorry. Oh, man. I'm like, if I take this off. Hold on a second, guys. What if I turn this? All right, let me turn this. How's that? That's a little better. So, sorry, guys. I pretty much these like 4 rows that I worked on. I finished filming this in to do those 4 rows all the way across. So that's about as far as I've gotten. But yeah, there it is. There it is. Let me get my big old melon out of the way. But yep, coming along. And so my goal with Old World Map 2, because my downfall, not my downfall, but the difficult part of this piece, and I think a reason why sometimes each page takes so long for me to do, is that I'm impatient. I'm an impatient cross-stitcher. And what happens is, let me show you on the other. So when I'm doing this thing, what I'll do is, I'll take a color and I'll work it as far as I can on the page and whatnot. And then I may take another color and I'm like, oh, I want to do these big chunks. So I end up doing these big chunks, but then interspersed with all the big chunks are all these little individualized, little color pieces. Can I show this to you? Because can you really see? Yeah, okay, there you go. So you see how many different color changes there are. So what happens, and then when you bring it back, look how good it looks. So what happens is that I'm never accurate or 100% accurate on my chart when I'm doing this. So I'll do like a lot of this is 932, 931, 928. So I'll do all that, and then interspersed with that will be all different other kinds. There might be 15 other different colors that may have 1 or 2 stitches each that I want to put in because it gives it that detail. But what ends up happening is it's difficult to go back and be accurate, because even if I highlight as well as I can, I'm always making mistakes on that. And so I go back and I'm like trying to figure out, okay, so I've got this space here that I don't have a stitch in, what number or what color goes there? And it can take a while for me to figure that out because I have to look at it and try to figure out with the gridding system approximately where that is and whether or not, you know, that's the, have I done it? Have I done it right? So it takes a lot of time. So what I'm doing now, this page is the one where I'm really trying to set a new tone for myself with this piece. So if you can see, as I've done this page, I filled in the top, almost the top square completely all the way across. Only a smidge or two here are missing. And as I'm working down, I'm filling all that in. So I'm literally going to go one row at a time and get it done because I think it'll be faster. Believe it or not, I think it actually will be faster. So I'm just going to try it out this time and see. But I think it's better for the project for me to do it that way, even though it goes against my nature. But so anyway, so that's all my WIPs. That's all the things I've worked on. I know I talked about starting something new this week, but I just never got around to doing it, to be perfectly honest with you. I had so many, like, I want to do this or I want to do that. And then when I went to the LNS and I had new projects, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm going to start. And I even bought, I'll be honest, I bought a project on Etsy a couple nights ago, which I'm not going to show on here because it has a little bit of profanity in it. It's for a friend of mine that's really gonna love it, and he's gonna laugh his butt off when he sees it, and I think it's gonna be really awesome for him. But I'm not gonna show it on here. But I did buy it. I just want, I buy stuff off of Etsy, and anyway, it was an awesome pattern. But it's funny what you can find on Etsy. Let me pull all my stuff over here. But while I'm doing that, while I'm pulling out all my stuff, oh, did you guys want to see what Rainy Waterloo Place looks like? So that's what I've showed this to you guys a couple weeks ago, but that's Rainy Waterloo Place. So I'm like here. So let me, wait, where'd he go? Come here, you. Come back, I still love you, come back. All right. So let me show you. All right, that, and then that. So as you can see, I've gotten across here. I have the very top of that, I think, and then it comes down. So all the really interesting parts of Rainy Waterloo Place haven't even been shown yet. Oh, I gotta make progress on this piece. I do. All right, I got all these things here, but I want to tell you guys a couple stories first. Do I really need to tell you the first story? I don't need to tell you that one. But I want to tell you about this thing that my husband and I did today for lunch. Oh, it's so good. Have you ever heard of Hotpot? Like true Asian Hotpot. I'd never heard of it before a few weeks ago. I didn't know what it was. And I would be willing to bet a lot of you guys don't either, because when people think of like Asian food, it's like you think of noodles or dumplings or stir fry or just your rice and all these different things. And Hotpot's kind of different from all that. And the way we found out about Hotpot is my husband and I watch so much YouTube. Like, I watch sports on TV, and I don't watch TV shows. I don't even watch Netflix really hardly anymore. I'm always watching YouTube. Someone said something about that, about me knowing so much about fish. Everything I know about fish, I learned on YouTube. So YouTube is like the best. And one of the things that we love to do is find interesting eating videos or interesting food videos, things that we've never seen before. And we especially love to look at like, oh, my mouth is watering. Indian food. I love Indian food. And so we'll watch some different videos. But I don't know how I found this guy, and I may have found him from just looking on YouTube for like Indian food. But there's a YouTube channel called Food Ranger. And if you're interested in awesome culinary experiences, like Asian culinary experiences, literally just go now. Just go now and go watch his videos. You can come back later. I'll be here. It's no big deal. But this guy is, he's an American who basically moved to China like, I don't know, 10 years ago or whatever. He loved the food. I don't know his whole story, but he pretty much taught himself Chinese on the streets of, I want to say it was Sichuan province. And so he speaks fluent Mandarin, and he can kind of speak some other different dialects, Cantonese and different things like that. But he was he does all these different videos of street food in China. And one of the ones he did was the hottest hot pot, and hot meaning spicy, hottest hot pot that you could possibly get. And I've watched that video now like 4 or 5 times. And I mean, just talking about it, my mouth is watering again. And what it is if you guys know fondue, so fondue is basically where you have like a pot of oil and you cook like your like meats or vegetables or things like that in this super hot bubbling oil. And then you can dip them in dipping sauces of all different kinds and whatnot. And then you can have cheese fondue that you dip bread and things and veggies into. And you can have chocolate fondue where you dip dessert type things and fruit in there. But hot pot, I would probably say, is the origin of fondue. Now, I don't know for sure. I haven't looked it up. But they're so very similar that it wouldn't surprise me if someone looked at hot pot and said, I can do that and I can westernize it. But hot pot is basically just a bowl of like oils and broth and spices and chili and all these different things. And I say chili, I mean like chili peppers and seasoning and things like that. And you put in like thinly sliced vegetables. You can put meats in, and then you have like a bowl, or like you can have like sauces and stuff that you can make all these different dipping things in and whatnot. There's no rice involved. You can have rice if you want, but there's no rice involved. It's meat and it's vegetables. And we saw that and we're like, I've never heard of hot pot. We need to go get some hot pot. So we Googled it the other night, and there's a hot pot place, literally just pure hot pot, that is only about 15 minutes away from where we live. And my mouth was watering like crazy because it was so good. We went there today for lunch because he had a part day off, and anyway, so we went there for lunch today, and it was so good. So literally, it's like it was almost like a bar experience, like when you go to a hibachi restaurant and you sit and there's things like in front of you and there's cooking things, whatever. But this was, everybody had their own individual hot pot, and I chose the chicken broth, original broth, whatever, to cook the stuff in. So I had my own little pot there and stuff would boil up. And then I got a plate full of vegetables, which was like broccoli, sliced yams, and snap peas. And then I got a meat plate, which is just very thinly sliced beef. And it was prime rib? I don't know, something like that. It was beef. And so we did the vegetables first. We just like put those all in there, and then it cooks for like 2 minutes, and then you kind of scoop them out into this bowl. And then I had like a side of like this red chili sauce stuff, and I had some soy sauce, and I just kind of put it all together and mixed it all together. Oh man, it was so good. And then you put the meat in. The meat cooks like in 20 seconds. If you like Asian food at all, or you like healthy stuff too, I mean, if you just like, the vegetables and whatnot, hot pot, go look for hot pot. It was so good. It was so good. Anyway, there's my, go look at Food Ranger. Food Ranger is a cool guy. Highly recommend him. Sorry guys, another sidebar there. All right, man, I got so much stuff to show you guys. All right, so somebody wanted me to show you guys the rainy day in Boston, and I think I might start this next. I think I'm going to start a couple things really soon. But this is Rainy Day in Boston from Cross Stitch Collectibles. Let's get how pretty is that? So yeah, it's really awesome. And I'm doing it on 14 count, of course. And the 14 count dimensions are only about 28 by 15. So it's wide, but it's not, it's not actually too terribly big considering what I have. I just love the colors. How awesome is that? It's so pretty. But I have everything already. I have the fabric. I actually have all the floss and everything. I just need to get started. I've got I've got the illicit pattern. Yeah. You know what? If you guys want to know what Etsy thing that I bought, if you don't, if you're not upset by certain words, just let me know in the comments and I'll link you to the pattern. But I'm not going to put it on here because there's just too many people that I think would not really appreciate this pattern. But it makes me laugh, and it's going to make my friend laugh, and that's what's important. Okay, so this is dog's drool. No, that's, we know dogs drool. Dogs leave paw prints on our hearts and drool everywhere else from my big toe. And so, this is the one I'm going to start next. And I told you guys a week ago that I was getting ready to start it. I only had the pattern, couldn't find the floss, couldn't find this stuff. Anyway, I finally got everything put together yesterday. So, getting ready to start it. I think it's going to go kind of quick. It's going to look so cute. So cute. And then my big toe, when I'm done with Prayer of St. Francis, this is the next one I'm doing for my mom. Another my big toe design as well. Yeah, it is well with my soul. It's a hymnal, and it is absolutely gorgeous, and I love it. It is so pretty. My big toe designs is really classy and very, very beautiful. I really, really like it. In fact, when I went to Stitching Shop, that's actually, I bought 2 more of my big toe designs, because one of them is for me, and one of them is going to be parental units, my parental units, including my husband's parental units, which are also my parental units now. And I say parental units meaning moms and dad. I've got something for you guys here that I'm pretty sure my mom's gonna want it, but if my husband's mom, my other mom, my second mom, if you guys want this, just let me know. This is called Books of the Bible. And literally, check it out. It's so pretty. But yeah, I figured you guys would really like this. So it's just all the books of the Bible. And then at the very bottom it says, and this is, I mean, it's literally, it's from Genesis all the way to Revelation. And at the very bottom it says, all scripture is God-breathed and is useful for teaching, rebunking, correcting, and training in righteousness. Rebuking, not rebunking, sorry. Ugh, English is my first language. Yeah, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness. Good gracious, I had to pause the video and restart it because I'm such a chatty Cathy today that I exceeded my 30-minute limit on my phone. Because my phone's like, can't talk anymore. I have taken in too much. And so roughly for me, it's around 30 minutes that my phone will tell me that it can't record anymore because the size of this is just too big. Too bad, phone. I keep going. All right. Anyway, books of the Bible. Who wants it? I can stitch it twice. I will stitch it twice. I did not get fabric for this or thread. I went in and just bought patterns when I was at a stitching shop because I just wanted to get patterns. I have a problem. I'm a pattern hoarder, but not as bad as some people though. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm jealous. Really, I'm just jealous. But my big toe, basically, they're just beautiful. They're so beautiful. But I didn't get any fabric yet. When I'm getting ready to do these, I'll go ahead and get it all kitted up at a stitching shop. But all right, this is the one you guys are gonna like. You guys are gonna love this. It's another my big toe design. It's called My Stitching and Me. And I'm telling you guys are going to want this. You guys are going to want this so much. I'm looking for, you probably can Google this. If your LNS doesn't carry it, ask him to get it for you. And if you don't live near an LNS, just Google it. You'll be able to find it online. I think it would, and if you have a problem with that, let me know. I will help you. It's no big deal. God, wait till you guys see this. Look at this. Check this out. Look at this. I'm going to read it to you, but I just wanted you to see this first because it's so pretty. It's just a basic text. And I'm going to do it, and I'm going to hang it up here because this is my secondary stitching location. So when I do videos up here, maybe I'll put it right here or whatever. But it says, take time to stitch the day away, no matter what others have to say. Needle and thread, a comfort be, my fabric, scissors, hoop, and me. Chores and laundry, all will wait. My kitchen throne, I abdicate. Some comfy socks, a cup of tea. Today is about my stitching and me. How awesome. I wish I was that creative, that I could come up with something like that. But I heartily endorse this pattern. So, you know, what I'm going to do is, like I said, ask your LNS. They can order it for you if you need it. And if you don't have an LNS, then you know what I'm going to do is I'll actually link it below. I'll put some links below so that you guys can actually find it if you need it. And then if you're still having a hard time, like I said, just let me know in the comment section and I'll help you out with that. No problem. All right, last but least. I can't remember. I apologize. I think it was Sharon. Sharon's an enabler. You know who you are. Who I think it was her who, and if it's not, please, I apologize. But a week ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago, I was pointed out to this pattern and said, you simply must get it because you and your husband, the beekeepers, need to have this pattern. And when I saw it, I said, yes, I need to have that pattern. And so I ordered it, and it came from Toronto. And I got it, and it's gorgeous. And there are all these companion pieces to it, and they're all gorgeous. And I want to do them all. But I have a problem. I have a problem, and I'm going to show you in a second. But first of all, this is from Babe's Honey Farm, or, oh, sorry. Thea Dweck, D-U-E-C-K, is the designer. The Victoria Sampler, I think, might be the company that has the rights to this. Yeah, Victoria Sampler. You can reach them at victoriasampler.com. I'll link them below. And that's all good. And it's called Babe's Honey Farm Sampler. Check this out. Look at this. Look how cool this is. Oh, wait. Get out of the way. Light. There we go. Look how cool that is. Oh, I'm going to zoom in, guys. I'm going to zoom in here. So you've got your little farm up here. And you've got your little honeybees. And you got your little hive here. And you got your little bees going around all up here. And then in the second part, whoops, what does it say? It says, so it says, life is a flower for which love is the honey. And so in this second one, you've got your little person in their little bee suit. And they're basically going along. What do they have in their hand? It's like their little box, you know, to basically mind the bees. You know, there are things that we have in there that for which we use on the bees. And there's a little beehive with the bees buzzing around and everything. And then down here, we're harvesting the honey. And you've got the little guy beekeeper, and you got the little girl beekeeper, and you got them working on their stuff, and you got your hives and all this other stuff. And then down here, they're selling it. And then they're making beeswax stuff too. So they got a little person over here. Now, I don't know who that person is, perchance. Maybe we'll hire somebody to help us on this. But it says, oh, actually, that's not beeswax. It says honey beeswax up here. This says mead. And which is pretty funny, but mead is basically a drink, and it's an alcoholic drink, really, is what it is. And what it does is it's made from honey, and there's a certain technique to it, the way you do it, and it's a very old, hundreds of year old kind of drink, and my husband actually researched potentially brewing his own, not brewing, but making his own. I want to say I think it's just done in a pot on the stove, but I'm not 100% sure. He's going to correct me on this when he watches this video. But we tried it once, like a honey-based mead, because we wanted to see if it's something that we would even want to do. It's disgusting. Oh my gosh, it doesn't taste good. At least to us, what we had did not taste good at all. It was like one sip and threw it out. Oh, and the cool thing is, check it out. There's like a little dog down there, and there's a little bunny right there. And, but yeah, so, I mean, this thing is awesome. How awesome is it? It's so pretty. I'm going to show you the back, and look at these samplers. So on the back, there's Ravenhill Herb Farm, there's Jingle Bells Christmas Tree Farm, and Strawberry Fields Farm. But they have, all the samplers are all the same. How cool is that? Whoop. There we go. VictoriaSampler.com, guys. Whoop. There we go. I'll link below. Anyway, but my problem is this. I can't show you the stuff. I can show you the instruction page. I'm not going to show you the actual pattern page, which is not that big of a deal. But yeah, I can show you that. I'm not messing with anything. This is the instruction page. I'm not used to instruction pages. I know a lot of you guys who do the more fancy cross stitch type things with all the different cross stitches, with all the different types of stitches. You guys basically know all this, but I mean, I'm gonna have to do they're all this stitched, and again, I think I can show this to you because this is just diagram of stitching, like of a different kinds of stitches. Look at all the different kinds of stitches I gotta do. Holy cow. I mean, double running stitch, I've done that. Honeycomb stitch, that's kind of funny. You know, there's just all these different, like, types, like, this is how you stitch this. And, man, I have to do a colonial knot. The French knots I've done. I have to do a Smyrna cross. You guys ever heard of a Smyrna cross? Triple cross variation, modified queen stitch, Scotch stitch, satin stitch, almost called it Satan stitch, herringbone, white lace. I mean, holy cow. I was all excited, and then I got it, and I opened it up, and I'm like, this is my PhD in cross-stitching piece right here. And so that's going to wait for a little while. I really want to do this, but I don't think I have the gumption to do that quite yet. So, all right, guys. I've been chit-chatting up here a long time. The dogs have been pretty quiet, but yeah, so that's the week. I had a lot of stash to show you guys. And I only told a couple stories that weren't cross-stitch related. That's pretty good. So, what am I going to do this week? Everything that I've been doing already. Nothing, you know, everything is going to stay the same. I'm going to get a lot closer to getting Prayer of St. Francis done for sure. Because when that's done, I can start on it as well. And then I'm going to add in the Dogs Leave Paw Prints in Our Hearts and Drool Everywhere Else. That's going to get started. And then I might also throw in, either I'll throw in Rainy Day Boston or I'll pull that Stormtrooper piece back out. I got it somewhere. But I feel like I need to get that done. And gosh, there was one other thing that I was going to show you, the Force is Strong in This House piece, because they just did this. If you guys like the Star Wars trailer from the other day, so cool. But I have one thing to tell you about that piece, but I'll tell you next week. No big deal. But I think we're good. I think I need to get the stitching. It's late enough in the evening, but I gotta get some stitching done tonight. I hope you guys liked the video. I'm gonna link to all the things that I talked about, and if you guys have questions, it's probably gonna be linked below. And if you don't see it there, just ask me in the comments. But if there are patterns that I show that you guys like and you're having a hard time finding them, you know, I can totally help you. Like I said, you know, utilize your LNS, because on some pieces, like, oh gosh, I haven't even been working on Reaper. I need to work on Reaper. Is Reaper around here? What's this? No, that's not Reaper. I gotta pull Reaper out, man. It's Reaper season. I gotta do Reaper. I'll show Reaper next week. But like when I was trying to find Reaper, and I couldn't actually order it off of the website. It was one of those things where you had to, some designers do not sell direct to the public. They let you see their stuff, but if you want to order it, you have to order it from a store who then, you know, so there's like a middleman there, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. So that's kind of what I had to do there, but that just reminded me that I need to work on Reaper. Cool. Man, I am like hyper tonight. I had a, after the Hotpot episode, and it wasn't terribly spicy, it was just really tasty. We went to, on the way home, we stopped at Sonic, and I got the pumpkin pie Master Blaster shake. And of course, I got the large size, and I was like this big, and I ate the whole thing. That was dinner. So that's probably why I'm all like, you know, crazy. Anyway, I think that's it. I think we're good. I'm going to go ahead and put this incredibly crazy long video together. You know, I'm not planning on continuing, like, increasing the length of my videos. Personally, I think like 25 minutes is probably ideal. There was just a lot of stash to show this time. And then I had to tell a story about my jersey and Food Ranger. I'm going to link the Food Ranger down below too. So anyway, guys, have a great week. I got to get done. I got to put this video together, and I got to start stitching. Have a great stitchy week. Be safe. To the anybody out in California or anybody who loves people out in California that are being affected by the fires right now, man, my heart is with you. My thoughts are with you. One of our fellow cross stitchers, and I'm going to link to her video down below too. put a video out last night or the night before. It was 2 nights ago. There was a fellow cross-stitcher who is also a designer who totally lost her house in the fires. And not only lost her house, but lost, honestly, like a lifetime of the designs that she had created. And it's just horrible. And I will try and find her video and link it down below as well, because she's asking that if you wanted to reach out to support her, whether it's just by a message, a card, or honestly even a donation to her. There's a lot of rebuilding that's going to be done for, that's going to need to be done for her, and that's the way it's going to be for hundreds, if not thousands, of people. And so, it's a horrible situation, and just keeping my eye out on it right now to just, if there's something you can do. Holy cow! Almost forgot. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry, guys. I got another thing to show you. Where did I put it? This is what happens when you're not organized. You don't show. All right, I'm gonna have to get up and show you because I got a new Lizzie Kate design. Holy cow! I almost forgot. Holy cow! I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna talk to you guys. I gotta find the Lizzie Kate. It's a tiny little thing. I wasn't sitting on it. Oh, there it is. And I thought this is apropos because we're sitting here talking about California, and it's the same way with anything as far as helping out. I'm gonna take it out of the plastic because I think the light is gonna have too much of a glare. But I had to buy this Lizzie Kate piece. It is Lizzie Kate Inspiration Boxer and B55. Is that? I'm not sure if that's what it is. But I am only one. There are other things that are in here. This is one of those complete patterns that comes with the thread and everything. So I'm not worried as much. I'm not worried. I'm not really focused on doing this one as much as I'm doing this one. And this one's called I'm Only One. And what it says is, I am only one, but I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. And that's a fantastic motto to have. And anyway, you guys can see this if you're interested at all in getting it. It will be a quick piece when it does get done. But it came with the fabric, and I'm sure I have the floss, and maybe I'll get started on that as well. So anyway, I am only one. Cannot do everything, but I can do something. All right, guys, take care. I gotta stop this video. I gotta shut up and stop this video. Y'all take care. Have fun stitching. I'll see you later.